Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ghostmat Gaming with me, Christopher, and this is XCOM Apocalypse, the third game of the UFO/XCOM series, the first two being UFO Enemy Unknown and UFO Terror from the Deep, but this one is a little bit of the odd one out. You'll see that pretty soon after we start playing the game, and I'll try to walk you through it as much as possible. But enough of that, I think we're just gonna get into the game immediately. So for this playthrough, I thought that we would have a go at the Superhuman setting actually. I've tried this before, but I haven't really played enough to really know how good I am at it. So we're gonna see if I can actually master this. I've played this game fairly much, so I know roughly what I want to do and not do, but for the most part, I'm probably just gonna wing it actually. But without much further ado, let's just get into it.
MC-Sicherheitstruppe. Nein, wir beginnen gerade eine Sicherheitsaktualisierung. Wird Sie später anrufen. Auf Wiedersehen.
Commencing security sweep 121 at 1500 hours. Zone A, sectors 1 through 6.
AV confirmed online for all cameras.
Punch it in.
Sector 1.
Sektor 1.
Status normal.
Status normal.
Steady traffic flow.
Sector 2.
Sektor 2.
Status normal.
Status
Stop.
normal.
Zoom in. No. Camera 4. Camera 4. Pan left. 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 Close in. There. Acquire status.
Unknown, sir.
Zoom in.
Increasing resolution.
Stand by. We have a problem.
Cut that chatter. Give me more audio. Track it. Track it. It's heading for Sector 5. Alert all sectors. Scramble XCOM crash.
It's coming our way.
Feed in all cameras. Come on. Come on.
Security. Emergency. Stand by all combat units. I repeat, this is not a drill. Emergency. Stand by all combat units.
And we are in. So this is Mega-Primus, the city that we will be spending most of our time playing this game, and also the city that we will be trying to defend from the aliens. As you saw in the intro sequence, we have these sort of dimensional gates. Let's see if I can try and find one. Oops. I have one right here, this little triangle. Let's see if we can actually get a view of it. So these are the little triangles that are spawning out the UFOs. We will be trying to research these and see what the problem is and what we can do about it. And as you can see, we can view this city from two views. I will be mainly playing in this view for the simple reason that we can see more. It's a better way to have a good overview of everything. However, when the UFOs are attacking, I will most likely be going into the other view because we want to know where the alien crafts are sending their alien troops. Because we want to try to intercept them as much as possible. So, before we start anything, we have a few things to do. So, let's start by checking out our base. And this is our base. For those of you who have played the first two games, it looks in a way familiar. You have your top-down view of a bunch of squares where you build your little buildings. And for this one, I think we've actually lucked out a little bit. So what can happen in this game is that you can get attacked at the base. Or you say can get, we probably will be attacked at some point. And whoever attacks you will be entering through two different places, either the vehicle repair bay or the access lift. Now this base has a pretty decent layout actually, because they are together. So what that means is we can actually build these little security stations. And I'm probably building one here, and one here as soon as possible. What that means is when we're attacked, and whoever is attacking us, if it's aliens or if it's an organization, they will be coming down here. And if they try to move anywhere, we will know where they are. That is a problem if we would have had a base where these would have been separated. or we wouldn't have any security stations, we wouldn't really know the movement of our opponents. So in this case, that's probably what we're going to do. Now, base attacks aren't really something that we need to worry about early in the game. It's going to be something that we have to deal with later. So as this is basically the first setup, we have a bunch of storerooms, we have some living quarters, we have a training area and a Psi gym. We have our alien containment and our medical bay and our workshop, quantum physics lab and biochemistry lab. So right here we start to see the differences between this game and the previous two games. And let's actually start by looking at research. So in the research and manufacture tab, we have the 3 rooms I showed you before. We have biochemistry, we have quantum physics, and we have engineering. So biochemistry deals with aliens such as autopsies, biochemical weapons, etc, etc. Quantum physics deals with more in the lines of weaponry. I think that they are also the ones that do research on UFO types that we will encounter. And of course, engineering is where we produce things. So in the previous 2 games, researchers were basically just a number on a screen. You ordered them by the bundle and didn't really know anything about them. In this case, it's a little bit different. So each researcher is actually very much indeed a person. They all have a separate skill, which goes up to 100. So what we want to do right now is just add our 5 research people into biochemistry, into quantum physics, and into engineering. Now, as we can see, we have a fair few pretty low numbered. Anything below 90 is actually not something that we want. So we are going to want to find some new researchers here. Hopefully we'll find at least some. The higher skill, or rather the higher total skill that you have, obviously the faster things get researched and produced. So that's absolutely what we want. And at the beginning of the game, we don't really have that much to do, but we will be able to research a biotransport module. And we need this in order to transport alien life forms from the different missions that we will be doing. So right now we can't. So we won't be able to recover really anything from the missions in the beginning. So we'll start that. And for quantum physics, we have the dimension gates. Let's see what is it that this is actually about. As for the engineering, they can't really do anything. They will be able to produce the biomodule, the biotransport module, when we research that. So we have a little bit of a time before we first research this and then also produced it before we can actually do anything else. So let's go into the markets. Here we can hire and fire staff. So if we go into biochemists, we see that we actually don't have anything to hire here, which is a shame. Hopefully we'll get something in the future. This fills up as time passes. As for quantum physics, we have one really good, which we will immediately take. So before we fire someone, we're gonna wait for that person to get to our base, because they actually have to travel to our base. So when they arrive, we will put them into the quantum physics room and fire the one with the lowest stat. As for engineering, I don't think we really need to. Well, actually, that's a pretty good one. So let's see, we have 61. But so actually, let's take her as well. So that's all fine and well. As for our regular XCOM agents, we start with 12, which incidentally is the max number that we can have on one craft. Now we're gonna want more, because this is a game that's very much about moving more agents that we're used to from the previous 2 games. So we're actually gonna start by just getting these 2 in. And right off the bat, we actually have one of the special agent types that we have in the game. So most people are like the ones that we have here. They are regular human beings. They have different stats, much like the previous game. The most important stat obviously being accuracy, their ability to actually hit their targets. So hopefully they'll be better at that in the future. We have a regular human being, but we also have one of the hybrids. So this game is set in the aftermath of the first 2 games. And for some reason, don't ask me why, people started breeding with sectoids. So what we see here is actually a hybrid between a human being and a sectoid. Now the reason why we want these agents is because they are the agents that are really good at the different psi abilities. As you can see at the bottom, they are from the very start really good. They also become exceedingly good when you put them in the psi practice. The downside of these are that they have a lower strength and also lower speed, which means that they will not be able to move around as much. They will also not be able to carry as much, or rather they can carry as much as anyone else. It's just that their movement is going to be impaired quite soon in missions. But we definitely want her, so we're going to grab her. So that's the first that we can do for agents and biochemists, etc, etc. So it's going to cost us 2,800. We started with 100,000, so that's really not that big of a deal. But we can see that we are already filling up 97% of our living space. Of course, we will be firing 2 people as we had 1 extra. But we probably want to build another living quarter pretty soon just to be able to fill up with regular agents. So that's it for those. We are going to hire those 4 units. As for our agents, we can go into the equip agent screen and see that the marvelously looking armor that they have. I have no idea who designed this, but it's, yeah, it is what it is. And also, if we remove the helmet, we'll see that everyone looks like this sort of, I don't know, Russian guy. Even if it's a woman, it's still this Russian guy. Maybe it could pass as an Andrian, I don't know, but yeah, everyone looks the same. Don't question it, that's just the way it is. Now, from the very beginning, we have a few different weapons that we are just given. We have the sniper rifle, the Mega-Primus laser sniper gun. We also have the Marsec M4000 machine gun. We have the Mega-Primus autocannon, and also a few weapons that we don't really want. We have the Mega-Primus stun grapple, which only basically stuns. Fine in some cases, but you don't really want an agent to just be running around with that. We also have the little small Mega-Primus law pistol, which we also will be transferring out immediately. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit of equipment swapping here. We're also gonna go and buy equipment for the 2 agents that are coming in. But I have a very specific kind of idea of how I want the setup to be. So I'm just gonna go do that and I'll be right back. So with the basic setup done, we can see that I have removed quite a lot of equipment from my agents. Some agents actually don't even have weapons right now. Some agents have weapons, but not a whole lot of ammunition. Obviously, this is something that we will be rectifying pretty soon. Now, as you can see, I've removed the laser sniper gun. It doesn't really fit my playstyle, and also my agents. Some of them are really low in accuracy, or rather, everyone is low in accuracy. So even if I put them on aim mode during missions, it's gonna be really difficult for them to hit anything with it anyway. So I usually prefer to stick with the machine gun and the autocannon. I really like them the best. And as for the autocannon, I always use explosive rounds, and why is something that we'll get into later. As for now, 6 of our agents are missing weaponry, as well as the 2 that don't even have anything. So we are going to go into the marketplace and get them some. So into the marketplace. Now, one of the differences that we see from the earlier games is that we now actually buy our things from specific organizations. So for example, here we can see we buy some vehicles from Marsec, we buy a turbo bike from General Metro, we buy some grenades from Mega-Primus, etc, etc. I will show you some of the organizations that exist in the city and why it is very important that we are in good standing with them. As for now, we need to equip our agents with the correct number of things. So we have 2 new agents. They're going to have 2 AP grenades and 2 stun grenades. And I also like to have around 20 in excess, just in always make sure that we can refit them after every mission. So I'm going to be ordering up to 24 in total for that, and up to 24 in total for that. As for smoke grenades, I don't really use smoke grenades. I don't feel that they help that much, and rather makes you not see anything as well. We don't necessarily use escape tactics that much, so we don't really need to hide ourselves from the aliens. So we're actually just going to sell those. As for the law pistol, same goes here. I never use these, so just sell these for a little bit of profit. Now, as for machine guns, we are lacking 8 actually. There's 8 people who are lacking weaponry. Now we're hopefully going to be running 4 groups of 4 agents pretty soon, and I always like to have 2 of the autocannons and the rest with machine guns. That means that we are currently lacking 2 autocannons and 8 machine guns. Well, actually we want... My calculations are probably way off here, but let's just say that we order at least, let's say that we order at least 6 of these, I think, with all the ammo. As for the laser sniper gun, we can remove that easily with the ammo as well. Then we have the autocannon, and we want 2 more of those for the 4 groups in total that we're going to run. For the AP clips, we can sell those. The incendiary clips, we can sell those, but we all want all of the high explosive clips. As for the stun grapple and mindbender, we can leave it as is. We are also going to be wanting 2 medikits for our new people. The motion scanner, I never really used the motion scanner, but you know what, we're just going to keep... I actually think we're going to keep 2. We're going to buy 1. Because it can be useful during missions when you're down to like the last alien, and it's basically keeping from you. You can use the motion scanner to detect, obviously, motion. So that's fine. As for armor, our 2 new guys need a complete set of armor, so we're gonna be ordering 2 of those, and that's fine. Now, as for vehicles, we do have a little selection of vehicles right from the beginning. We have our interceptor, which is the vehicle that our agents take to missions. We also have a few vehicles that are land-based. We don't want that, because land-based vehicles are terrible. We're gonna sell those. We're actually making some profit here. So we're running Phoenix hover cars. What we really want is a vehicle that we don't have access to right now. It's going to be coming probably after the first week, I think. So we're actually going to be probably... It was hover cars, right? I'm probably going to go ahead and get 2 more hover cars, because we do need the firepower pretty early on. We don't really need any equipment for our vehicles right now. I think we are good for Illyrium. Yeah, we probably have enough. You know what? Illyrium is pretty cheap. Let's just buy up the entire stock right now. As for road vehicles, we don't really want anything for road vehicles, so we can sell everything. As for missiles, we're probably going to want to just stock up on that as well. You know what? I'm going to check the hover cars, what they're equipped with. But for now, this is fine. We start using a little bit of our money. So let's just press OK and accept that. And let's go and see our vehicles here. What are they equipped with? They're equipped with the laser gun. That's fine. And also the generator missiles. So that's a good thing that we bought a few more generator missiles. So fun thing about this game now is that everything isn't at our base right immediately. So we can actually go out to the cityscape, and if we look now, we see that there's a bunch of stuff that are gonna make their way to our base. So if we just make time, start moving forward a little bit, we can see that we now have some things coming along. They're moving towards us. If we go to the other view, we can now see that, yeah, see our new 2 hover cars just arriving, and just some transport ships getting all of the supplies that we were waiting for, as well as the agents. She's on her way. She is now in a cab, I would assume. Yep, there she is, in a cab, or he, sorry. She is in a cab in the slums. That's a nice place to be, right? We also have our mechanic. She's going around here. We have our quantum physics. She's also coming around. So everyone just actually uses the transport methods that exist in the game. And while we use our interceptor to get to places, I think you can actually make your way to different missions by the roads or these transport tubes as well. Obviously that's going to take a whole lot longer time, so we don't really want to do that. We're going to try and focus on actually always using the interceptor. So that's fine. We're actually just going to wait for these to arrive. You arrived. Did arrive, you arrived. We can go into that and immediately hunt you away, get you in. That's good. Let's wait for you to arrive. You're pretty soon there. So now our agents are in place and you are in place. So let's get you into the science. You can go, you are in. So as I said before, now we're gonna go into the marketplace again, and we are going to be firing whatever it was that we didn't want. We didn't want you. Oh, sorry, that was wrong. Biochemistry are full. We don't want. We don't want you. Also don't. You. That should be fine. You are fired. Go in, just make sure that we didn't screw anything up there. Yep, we're fine. And that's basically it for now. As for the base, as I said, we probably want to set this up a little bit differently. So living quarters, we're gonna set up 2 living quarters here. Takes 3 days to finish. As for the workshop, that's 6,000. I don't think I actually want to spend that right now. City living quarters for 5,000. That's already quite expensive. We're gonna want some money after the first week because there's some new stuff that's coming in that we want to buy. We're just gonna chill out. As I said, the base attacks are not going to be happen anytime soon, so we're pretty fine for that for the time being. So, as I said before, this game is handled a little bit different when it comes to organizations. So instead of an entire world with nations, we now have organizations doing things. And as you saw before in the marketplace, we are buying some things from some of these organizations, and it will be paramount that the organizations stay on our side. At least some of them are crucial to our survival. So, for example, some of the organizations that we have are the government, we have Megapol, we have Cult of Sirius, Marsec, Superdynamics, etc., etc. As I said, some of these are more important than others, and I'll show you why. It's in this little screen, which is called the Alien Infiltration Graph. Now, right now, we actually don't have any infiltration at all. It's just completely blank. Not a single organization has been infiltrated. And we don't want aliens to be infiltrating organizations. This is basically what the game is actually about. The aliens will come out of the dimension gates. They will beam down aliens into various buildings. If we go back to the screen, if I select the government, we can see that they actually control some of the buildings in this city. For example, this building, which is actually the governmental building. Hopefully we'll do a mission here sometime. Well, actually, hopefully we won't, because that means that the aliens are trying to infiltrate the government. That's not good. If it happens that the aliens will take over the government, we will not be getting any payouts at the end of the week. I would say that that's a game over, basically. It's probably possible to keep going after that, but it's going to be really difficult. Another organization that we don't want to be taking over is Megapol. Megapol is the police of this city. And also, as you saw, they sell us a lot of stuff. But they have a lot of vehicles running around, so if they become hostile to us, they will actually start attacking our vehicles as we move about the city. That is not a good thing. Marsec is actually quite fun. This is actually a company that was sort of left over after the first 2 games. It was actually the XCOM project that was moved over to this sort of what does it say, technology, weaponry, vehicles, etc., etc. So that is why they're selling a bunch of stuff to us as well. So they are also not that good if they become run over by aliens. As for some other very key organizations, if we go into the marketplace for vehicles, the Illyrium that we need for both weaponry and refueling of our vehicles is sold by Solmine. If Solmine is taken over by aliens, no more Illyrium. I wouldn't say it's a game over, but it's probably very close to a game over. So there are a few bits and pieces that are really important that we don't get run over by aliens. As for Cult of Sirius, they will most likely become run over by aliens because they like aliens. So we probably can't really do anything about that. There is one organization that we definitely want to have on our side, and that is the Mutant Alliance. Now, the agent that we hired, the hybrid sectoid human alien, is probably a part of the Mutant Alliance. If we actually make our standing better with the Mutant Alliance, we will see more agents coming into the marketplace. We probably want that, but if we go here, as you saw, we are currently neutral with them. We can go into offer settlement. If we offer settlement, we pay them a bit of money. In this case, $56,000, which is a lot to make them friendly. We are not going to do that because that's basically our entire stockpile of money right now. But we probably will want to do this later on. There's also another organization that deals with agents for us, which is the SELF, the Sentient Engine Liberation Front, because there's actually robots in this game. So there are robot agents that we can have. I never play with robot agents for the very simple reason that they do not improve. The trade-off is obviously that they're good from the very beginning, but they will never ever improve. So regular agents will always become better in the end. So, but they're there. They're there. We'll see if we can get some of those in the marketplace and I can show them off. But for now, that's really not organizations that we care that much about. So I think that that's actually it for now. So for example, we can see here, if we go to the hostile vehicles tab, right now we can see an auto taxi belonging to the Cult of Sirius. This is where all the UFOs will come up when they start attacking the city or start beaming down aliens. So we'll see about that when that comes. One thing we have to do is kit out our agents. So let me just do that and I will be right back. And we're done. So with everything set up the way I want, we have a few things left to just hand out. We want to hand out our stun grapple, and let's just try find someone with a lot of strength so that they can carry you. Add enough strength, you can have one. We don't want anyone with auto cannons to have one. You also had one. As for the Mindbender, this is for people with psi abilities, so obviously you're gonna have that one. And as for the motion scanners, let's just place that on. Let's just place that one on you, and let's do one on you. I think that's actually pretty fine for now. There are a lot of different equipments, etc., that we will both be able to purchase and also be able to research later on. It's going to be great. But now I actually think that we're good to go. Let's get out here. And no, I haven't assigned these to training, and we're actually just going to want them to do regular combat training. We're not, because we're actually full. So you can go on Psyod training. You can actually be on combat training, that's fine. We can run with 90% efficiency for now. I think it's actually time to go. So let's just speed things up to a point where we'll be getting our first mission. We get it pretty early on. So as I said, our Valkyrie Interceptor has a spot for passengers up to 12, so we will not be able to take everyone, but I actually do want her, because I want her psi abilities to go up pretty soon. And let's actually see, did you get any Right, you didn't get any, so that's cool. We'll take these, we'll just select these and move them over to the interceptor. Sorry, I was actually incorrect. We had just 10 from the beginning, and the two we hired was actually the perfect amount of people. I'm sorry, I was incorrect there. So that's fine. Let's select our interceptor. It's perfect that we get everyone. That's a whole lot better than I expected. So let's just go and send the selected units to investigate the incident. So we're going to the hospital for the sanctuary clinic. And this is basically just the game giving us the sort of tutorial mission, even if it isn't a tutorial. So we're going over to this fancy building here. So let's see what actually is going on here. Just gonna speed things up a little bit. Get over here. It's all the way on the other side of the city, obviously. So there's a little center, and we are good to go. So one of the biggest differences actually between this game and the previous games is that now we actually have an option. We can play this game in real time. I actually had considered us playing this game in real time, but with us playing on Superhuman difficulty, I think that we're actually just gonna go ahead and play it turn-based like the old games. So let's go ahead and do that. The game has automatically set up 4 squads for us. Hopefully I have not set this up correctly, so we're having a little bit of inconsistency with the autocannons. We have 2 autocannons down here. Probably gonna have to fix that later. For now, I'm just gonna move you there and you move there. So now we have 1 autocannon in each group, the rest have machine guns. That is fine. Let's go. So the first thing that I always want to do is I'm going to set the groups up the way that I want. I want to have them on auto shot, means the absolutely most rapid of shots. I want them to be aggressive and I want it to run. So I'm going to set that up for all the groups, like so. And that's it. And as we can see immediately, what I told you before about the hybrids, she has 29 action points. The others have slightly more than that. Some even up over 60. She's not going to be able to keep up that well, but we'll manage. I really do want her to rank up as well, because I think that agents that rank up also increase their stats a little bit better than others. So we're gonna try and do that. So this is then the tactical missions. So the same as the city, we can actually look at it in this view, and we can also look at it in this view. As for technical missions, this is not the view that I normally use, because you don't actually see what kind of aliens you're facing. There's going to be several aliens, obviously. So playing it in this mode is actually slightly better. Now, as for this map, we can see that we have exit signs over here. That's if we actually want to retreat. We move to the door and we move out. So we can see that this is the end of this map, and this is the end of the map. I believe that all the maps in this game are actually either quadratic or rectangular, which means that we know for a fact that there's not going to be anything here or here. It's just going to be down here. So we can probably fairly safely start moving forwards towards the doors. There's not going to be, well, there can be aliens here, obviously, because there's no doors. But for the groups, the 3 groups that are in this room, well, actually, no, what this group is not going to go down there. We're going to have 2 groups going down here, and this group is going to join up with this group over here. So let's start moving out. So if we click here, we can adjust a little bit how they position themselves, but it's mainly automatic. So if we go to this group, you can start moving forward a little bit. Let's just actually place. Nope. You're fine there. Slow approach, I think, is going to be the melody here. You, however, can start just running all the way up here, as well as you can also start moving all the way up. Yep, that's good. So we also have civilians in this game, but unlike the previous games, aliens rarely actually fire at civilians. It's not like in the terror missions of the first 2 games where the aliens actually actively seek out civilians. So that's nice. We do have negative impact if we kill civilians, so we really need to be a little bit careful about that. But you know, sometimes people die. Need to kill those aliens, and if you're in the way for our business, then that's your problem. So I think that that's actually good for the first round here. So for this first mission, what we're going to be facing are probably 3 types of aliens. The regular humanoid alien anthropods, the ones that will actually have weaponry. We have one that's called a spitter, which is sort of a cannon fodder type of humanoid creature. It doesn't hit hard, it doesn't have much health, and it's pretty prone to being broken morally. So the third one is definitely the most dangerous one. It's called the Brainsucker, and it will do basically exactly what it sounds like it will do. It will basically jump up on your head or on your agent's head and start sucking their brain. If they're successful, your alien is gone. It is being taken over, it is now hostile to you, and you will never get them back. That brings us to points. I do save scum in these games. XCOM games have never been known to be necessarily sort of fair to the player, and as we're playing on Superhuman difficulty, I definitely want my agents to stick around. I'll try not to do it that much. I'll be sensible about it, and if agents are hurt, that's not a problem at all. We're just talking about agents getting killed unnecessarily. I do want my agents to stick around because they will be improving their stats, etc. If my agents just keep dying and I have to recruit new agents and new agents and new agents, this is going to be really difficult. I want to be able to, you know, finish this. But for the sake of the series and for the sake of myself, I'll try to do it as little as possible. But for now, I'm gonna start saving at least a little bit between turns. So with that done, it is time to see what the aliens are up to. So let's just end our turn right here. So yeah, not that much happening. We have the civilians also moving. That's the Brainsucker. Nice little creature. So that was a pretty short run for the aliens. That means that there's really not that many of them about, but that doesn't really matter. One Brainsucker can easily destroy the entire play. So we're gonna have to play it carefully anyway. Now as for the anthropods with weapons, they only really have one weapon in the beginning, which is the Brainsucker launcher. And it's absolutely exactly what it sounds like. It's a launcher that launches Brainsucker pods. The Brainsuckers have 2 phases. They're either a pod, which are completely harmless, or they are a active Brainsucker. And an anthropod can fire a Brainsucker pod, and the Brainsucker can become active in the same turn. So you don't really have much room to react or anything. That is also why I put my agents on aggressive mode, because that means that they will try and shoot at Brainsuckers as soon as possible. That is also why I'm running the Megapol autocannon, because if there's anything that the Brainsuckers are not good at is staying alive. You can easily take them out by just the blast of the autocannon. You don't even have to hit them straight on. So that is a really good way to take them down efficiently. The machine guns, really, they're not that good at it because they will spray a lot. They're not that focused. But if you're close enough, then they can absolutely be effective. But it's the start of our turn. Let's see what we have. Can we see any aliens? You can actually start moving ahead immediately. We don't have anything right here, so everyone else can just start moving after. You guys can move. I think are safe to just move in here. So most of the maps are in different levels. So this is one of the elevators that we have. We can move up and see that there is an entire floor that we haven't even seen. But we don't have any elevators behind us, so we're in a good position to just easily monitor any movement that might be coming down towards us. As for this group, just start slightly moving ahead so you can see anything at all. Right now, Just stand there, make sure that your little slowpoke is not being left behind. As for you guys, you can also start moving down. You can start moving down to this pillar thing here. That you're in a safe spot if anything comes up. And I think that's good for the second turn. See what the aliens are up to now. Yep, there we go. There's a little brainsucker. And that's a civilian that's going to be hit a bit. Sadly, the autocannon shot did not take it out. I might have been a little bit wrong about that. It might be at least 1 or 2 shots. But someone actually did manage to get it. So that's absolutely perfect. Now, the brainsuckers have basically 2 different skills. They can take out your agents by just 1 bit of sucking of your brain. And they can move really, really far. That's the absolutely biggest issue with them. Even though you see them from far away, they can easily run up to you from a very long distance. So, since that brainsucker came from the floor above, I believe that we can easily say that that's where we're going. We're still gonna be checking out the bathroom, because there can always... Well, actually, no, this is not the bathroom. I remember that incorrectly. It's just a little operation room or examination room and nothing in here. So we're just going to move out, and you are going to start moving in on the elevator. See what we can see. Of course, there's a bit of smoke here now because we shut down a bunch of stuff. There's absolutely environmental damage in this game. Also something that you need to be a little bit aware of. You can't go on and destroy too much, because people are going to be slightly negative on you if you do that. So for the most part, we're gonna try and not use explosives, etc. I realize that I have autocannons with high explosive shots, so perhaps a little bit of explosions will be happening, absolutely, but I'm totally fine with that. And we can absolutely destroy at least a little bit of scenery without the organizations that are in charge of the building being that negative towards us. So we're actually going to play it a little bit safe here. We're going to start moving forward towards this elevator in case any more aliens actually decide to come down. We can also see that we got to the end of this map with regards to the south. So we know that there's not going to be anything else down here. As for you guys, you can start moving ahead. I'm almost gonna assume right now that the aliens will be on the second floor completely, but you never know. There might be aliens down here as well. Let's just have you guys move up to the next pillar. And yeah, it feels like we're pretty safe for just moving towards the elevator as well. How much movement do you have? You can move up a little bit. As much as you can, that's good. So, let's see what the aliens have in store for us now. They're easy as well, it seems like. I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine. Well, actually, hey, here, that's the toilet. I can see it on the sign, even without the pixels. Now, the civilians are usually not that intelligent. They don't really run from aliens necessarily. Maybe a little bit, but for the most part they seem to be just running aimlessly around. But yeah, let's start moving up towards the elevator. I'll take you with the machine gun, see what you can see. Let's get you up here. Do you have any confirmation of sightings of aliens? Nope, this is completely safe. So that means that we can move everyone up here. I think this... Nope, there's no more floors after this. So just move here. We're gonna have to start exploring the second floor of this building. So move you guys over there. So you guys can probably check out the toilet in the next turn in case there's any aliens there. But yeah, they're definitely gonna be up here somewhere. So, with that said, let's finish that turn and see what happens. Again, not much. But yeah, this is absolutely baby's first tactical mission, so shouldn't be that difficult, but you never know. Here's some civilians running around aimlessly. Well, I mean, they're trying to probably move into the other, and of course they're standing right in the entrance to the toilet, so I'm not going to be able to see what happens. Maybe? Well, seems safe, but you never know. So let's just move back. And I'm going to start with groups upstairs. There's probably, nope, there's probably, let's go out and see if there is anything going on. Yep, there's a corridor over here. They're probably not going to be there. So I think it's more interesting to move this way. Here. Can you see anyone? Nope. We have another room that we can get into there. Sure. I think you're gonna... Let's see, can you see anything? Nope. Distinct lack of aliens. That means that we can take this entire group and just... Let's move you up. I think you're gonna move up here, actually. It's been a little bit of a risky game here. Face that way with you facing that way, while this group can move up to here. See what we can see. Another little door. That group, you can actually start moving up as well. I think you have enough points to do. And this group with the hybrid slowpoke, see how far you can get. Well, a little bit on the way at least. So that is it for this turn. Over to the aliens. We are still not seeing anything. They're obviously moving about because, you know, of the hidden movements. But we're not seeing that much of them. Now, I don't know if I'm happy with that or, you know, extremely worried, but we'll see what we can do. I mean, I don't want my agents to be spread out too much. I want them to move together as much as possible. And I don't know why I made this guy look to this spot, because there's no doors. There's absolutely no way there's any aliens that's gonna come out here. But yeah, I think that you guys can check out this room. See if there's anything here, and if not, you can start moving back. The big old room, and I don't see any aliens. I think that we do get full visibility here. Just move in and have a look around. Nope, we cannot see anything, so you're fine with actually moving back. That's cool. This little group can start moving up. I think, yep, you can start moving here. This is probably where it's gonna go. To all sorts of hell. Hopefully not. You guys can start moving up. You see, she's so behind all the time. That's fine. You can also start moving up. I think I want you... Well, you can just stand here so that you're with everyone else. And it's over to the aliens again. Will we see any aliens now? Yep, there we go. There's an anthropod. Most likely equipped with a Brainsucker launcher. There we go. And they're also a little Brainsucker. And that's a perfect hit, and they're dead. That's perfect. So the biggest issue is that if we kill this anthropod over here, it's gonna drop a bunch of Brainsucker pods. Which of course is an issue, because then they can just keep spawning and they can do it the same turn. So in a way, being aggressive here and trying to kill it right now is probably a bad idea, because if we kill it late and a bunch of Brainsucker spawns, we're not going to be able to kill those, which is a bad thing. On the other hand, we don't have any buyer transport modules right now, so anything that we bring from this fight is really not something. Well, we can't really bring it back, so for now I'm fine with just destroying everything if possible with like grenades, etc. So we know the location of 2 anthropods. It might be that these are the only 2 that we need to kill, and the question is, how do we do this? We're quite far away actually. So let's see, where is she? I mean, I want her to kill stuff. So if we move you out, we move you in. Let's just see if she can take this down with her machine. This is really far away, so she's probably not going to be able to. But just put a big number of shots. Yep, not a single hit. That's fine. Actually, I shouldn't have placed her in front of him. This is probably not the best way to do this. I'm gonna try and take this out. Yes, probably wasting a lot of shots here. That's fine, we have a lot more ammo. Okay, that's totally not cool, but let's move you forward so that you're in a closer position. Let's also move you guys towards these. Well, you are also completely out of stamina. That's not good. So you, good sir, you can move here and you can actually throw a grenade. We put a grenade in your pocket. We set it to explode immediately. We try to set it right here so that we can get the anthropod moved in here. We can do that. It's sort of fine. We put a little bit of a dent on that one. And let's see if you can actually take out. It's dead. So now we have the issue that there's probably a bunch of brainsucker pods lying around here. We can absolutely not get there though. So what I'll do is I'll place you here and I'll... Yep, you actually saw that one. That is fine. Because if these are the only two aliens and we can kill this one, are we done? I think we're done. So yeah, that's what happens. If we actually kill the last alien on our turn, the mission automatically finishes, which means that the brainsucker pods that were now lying around there are not going to be able to spawn on us. So that was actually a pretty successful mission, all things considered. I won't say that I played that perfectly. It's been a while since I played this game, but I did not have to save scum even once. I'm really happy about that actually. So, mission successful. And for their performances, we see that 2 people are promoted to Squatty, which is the first rank after the lowest rank everyone is. So yeah, that's a successful mission. We are just going to head back to base, and the game is going to be like every other game. The next event that's going to happen is that we are going to get some UFOs. And I'm going to do things a little bit different than I usually do, which is that I never really investigate buildings where the aliens beam down. But we are going to do that this time, because I think that is a really good way to just limit the amount of infiltration that's going on. So for now, let's actually move time forward a bit and see what happens. That's our first UFO. So we're gonna pause the game and we're gonna see, oh, that's perfect. They're actually close to us. Doesn't mean that this is the only UFO, this is the first UFO. We're gonna take our hover cars. We're gonna select them all actually. We're gonna go straight for this. We're gonna start moving things on. Yep, as I said, we have one over here as well. So this is the issue on the Superhuman difficulty setting as well, is that we are running on the largest map. So our little base that's over here is really far away from many things in the city, and we don't really want to split up that much since we don't really have that many vehicles right now. But you know what, I'm probably gonna do one split up. So let's actually not send all of these down there. Let's actually send you 2 up here and take care. Nope, sorry. Attack that. These little crafts that you face in the beginning are not manned, which means that we don't have to go and do any missions in the UFOs. We will be doing that later, same as the previous games. For now, this is just a matter of bringing them down. This type is just this sort of firepower for the protection of the other one that's going to come in as well. Second. I think. Yep, there we go. You came in a completely different dimension gate. That's interesting. So we're gonna start following you around, actually. Probably not. Yep. You're over there. So let's just see. Go. And let's see where you. These are the important ones. You're going where right now? And one of you gonna start. Yeah, as we can see, yeah, this one is actually being shut down now. That's perfect. This one is taking a little bit of damage, but that's fine. We're actually gonna follow you because I think you're actually going down already. I think you're supposed to be beaming down some aliens. I didn't see you beam down any aliens, actually. That's too sad. So, we have 2 aliens shut down. Sadly, we didn't get the other type. But we do have 2, so we can bring out our interceptor and just pick this up. We're doing so. Follow you while you do it. Traveling the city, picking it up. And it's UFO 111. Obviously, we're kind of late into this, but I think that's fine. So if we now go into science, we can see that we now can look at UFO type 2, which means that the other UFO is a type 1. So what we're gonna have to do is research every UFO type in this game, eventually. I'm gonna explain why in a later stage. For now, that's fine. I didn't see any beaming down happening, so I don't know if that's... if they just failed, or if we're gonna get some alerts coming up. But for now, we're actually just gonna move time ahead, I think. And we have completed the first day. So this is just a summary of what we did. As you can see, we got a score from our tactical missions. We had alien incidents. We can't really, do anything about that. But we also shut down 2 UFOs, which means that we got a point 250 points. We also probably ourselves damaged the city a bit, though I think in this number is actually what the UFOs did as well. This is our score for the first week. We can also see the wages that we have for our agents, biochemists, etc, etc. This is what happens every week, so we don't pay anything right now. At the end of the week we'll be getting an income as well. I don't think that it is specified right here. Nope. So for now, this is basically the end of the first day. I think that was pretty successful, all things considered. Let's just start moving time along again. We have researched dimension gates. So, the dimension gates appear to be the means by which the alien crafts travel from their home world. Our craft cannot travel through these gates without being annihilated by an antimatter implosion. We must disable a UFO and recover its control system, propulsion systems, and power sources for research. So yeah, that is what we will be doing. And as for the quantum physics, they can now research the UFO type 2. And let's keep time ticking along. Yeah, I think they were actually unsuccessful in beaming down any aliens. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we have the Cult of Sirius coming to us to talk a little bit. We're apparently in a diplomatic rift here. They don't really like what our organization is doing, and they want some compensation for it. So they're already hostile to us. They can't really become more hostile. So paying 18,000 be, I don't know, less hostile to them? Absolutely not. This is an organization that is inevitably going to be overrun by aliens because they love aliens. So no, we will not be paying them that. And that's another day. Actually, we probably did pretty good with the UFO because, yeah, nothing's really happening. I'm perfectly fine with that. We're probably going to have the UFO Type 2 finished now. Yep. So this is the alien scout ship. So this is just a surveillance craft, as it says. So what it says is the structure is very strange and there is no evidence of any crew or cargo. The craft's internal appears to be intentionally destroyed by the aliens from a remote location. The craft is armed with a small beam weapon. The craft does not appear to be a great threat to the city, but can only be a precursor to more dangerous incursions. And that is very, very much true. So the quantum fixes guys can really do anything right now. Did I not set up? Oh, God. That's a mistake I shouldn't have made. I did not set up research for the biotransport module. So we'll do that right now. Yep, that's bad. Let's actually see if we have any scientists coming in right now. Yeah, see, now we have a bunch of new scientists. Let's see if we have any good ones. We have an 85 and a 90. That's actually pretty good. We're going to bring those two in. Do we have any quantum physics? We have 98. That's really, really good. Let's bring you in. We have a 96. That's also really, really good. 83 is also really good. That's okay. I cannot do that. All right. I don't have any space for them. That's fine. Let's just do those three in the beginning. We actually will be having space for more in just one day. So let's just wait for them to come to our little base. I'm just gonna speed things up a little bit. Go. They are now here. So let's bring you out. Let's out and you in and you in. And we are already up to 416. That's really good. As for you, we are removing 66, bringing 8. That's beautiful. And we can now go into the base and fire those people. So we have too many here. It was the 64, 63. One too many here. It was the 66, right? Yeah. So that means that we can now actually bring in these two better ones. And as we're not producing anything right now, we can actually fire these people right away. We don't need them right now. That is beautiful. So with that in mind, we're actually good to go. So let's speed things up until I assume the next UFO attack. But yeah, the games are a little bit slow in the beginning, absolutely. I think the attacks come more frequently later, and also the tactical missions. But now, for now, we have a new UFO spotted. And you were also up here, obviously. So let's just actually, let's make you, you're not even paired yet, that's not good. Let's bring you up to attack those. You're gonna shoot down this. Oh, that's my mistake. They did not go home. That is why they're not repaired or refueled or re-thing. Yeah. Lesson learned again. As I said, it was a bit of time since I played this game last time, so yeah, these kind of mistakes are going to happen suddenly. But the benefit of that is that they're actually right on top of the aliens immediately because they are over here. So you can just start attacking them right away. Oh, we have another UFO here. That's going to go down as well. We have another UFO here. There's, well, I say go down. And now this is a little bit closer to the other ones. You two can go over here and kill that one. This is the one that I want to be looking at a little bit at. Yep, I know. Just bring those down and bring. Oh, we have actually lost a hover car here. That's not good. Are you managing on your own? You need to go home. I think you're actually good. Where are you? You actually escaped him. Can you start going after that one? Or you're actually, you take that one instead. Yep. One. You're actually going down. That means that we can probably intercept you. Perhaps. You'll probably move towards an damage. Get maybe. shot that down. You can actually go for that one as well. So you're gonna get all the aliens down. We did not. We got enough actually. So that's pretty cool. We lost. Okay, see now they're actually moving to the base. I thought that was something that they always did. Okay, so they did it this time at least. So now we shot down these as well, means that we can pick those up and start researching them as well. And I'm actually going to buy another hover car because I missed that. We actually lost one. You know what? I'm actually gonna take both of these hover cars. We're gonna need them, and we're probably gonna lose more. You picked up a UFO, bringing that one back to base. That is lovely, because that means that you guys can start researching that UFO. It's cool. And again, I don't think that they managed to beam down any aliens, which is really good. So, well, I probably was wrong, because now we have a little alert here. So, before we do that, I had to make a little bit of a change here. You guys not be having autocannons, both of you. Some of you needs to have that, yeah. So I'm just gonna switch out the weaponry. These two, you have machine gun with a bit of ammo. So let's give you that. To who was it? You quit with autocannon. Congratulations. So let's go to Sensivision's apartments and see what that's like. So we now have 2 squaddies that are no longer rookies. We're going to try to get each rookie to get at least 1 kill. That is the absolutely easiest way to gain rank. So let's see what we can do right now. So initial save down, and we'll basically start moving ahead. Wondering if I want this group to sort of join up with this group, or rather opposite actually, since I have the slowpoke here. Let's actually probably do that, but I'm gonna start with this group, start moving you up towards the hallway here. Usually the aliens never spawn super close to where you start, so you can always, almost always at least, trust that the aliens will be in the further away sections. Unless it's a map with several levels. In that case, the aliens can be in the top levels, just above you. For now, I think we're safe. We're just moving ahead here. And we're gonna move this group towards the other group, up with them. And we're gonna move you a bit as well, probably in here, just to be safe a little bit, just in case there's aliens coming. I think we're done with that actually, yeah. Pretty fast movement, I say, watching it slow down, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be that many aliens. Right, let's keep going. I think that I wanna just do. You see anything? Nope. Aliens right now. Let's just keep you standing here, you here, and you here, and do the same for you. Though I kind of want you to be up. Oops. I kind of want you to be up ahead because you have the lowest number of action points. So that's fine. We can actually look into here, see if we can see anything here. That would be fun. Yeah, no aliens here. So that's fine. As for you guys, just see if you can see anything. Doesn't seem to be anything here. Let's move you up. Doesn't seem to be anything here. I think we can move this group up here. And we'll move this group up here, like so. We'll probably move a step. Let's just open this and see that, so that there's no aliens in here. That would be bad. Nope. Just a little bit of a kitchen. I think that's good actually. Still pretty safe, it seems. Yep. It's fine. At this point, we're probably going to be seeing the spitters that I mentioned earlier. We might actually even get to see the multiworms and hyperworms. I'm not looking forward to that, trust me. So let's have you peek around the corner here, see if you can see anything. Nope. Let's actually move you all the way up. Have you look around the corner. Not seeing anything. That's fine. Let's move you guys to here, I think. See if you can see anything around the corner. No. We want both groups down here, or do we want you to... No, actually we have both groups coming in there. So let's actually here to begin with. You see anything here? Yep. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're playing on Superhuman, and we've already got this little bugger. So this is basically a suicide alien. He will run up to you and he will explode, and that explosion is very, very painful. So we absolutely 100% need to take this one down. I'm a little bit sad that we don't have the biotransport module, because I failed in actually researching it, because bringing this in early on is actually a pretty good thing. So, I kind of want you to try and deal with this. Let's try and soften it up a bit with a friend of yours. You try and hit as well. Okay. You definitely took care of that. So yeah, as you saw, big explosion. Having that, if that guy would have run up to this group, I don't know if everyone would have died, but it would have been really painful. And like the Brainsucker, these guys have a lot of movement points, meaning they can run really great distances to get to you. Okay, so it's the second mission. We already have those guys. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. But yeah, that's something that we're gonna have to deal with, I guess. But that means that the aliens are probably in this area somewhere. Probably not gonna be around here, I don't think. But you know what? I'm probably just gonna move you out and make you crouch. I'm gonna move you out and make you... You're actually seeing some... There's one right behind us. That was a good catch. Well, okay, so you're there. You can actually... I'm gonna move you here, actually. There might be more. Nope. So, can you try to kill this one, actually? Still a little bit away. But I do want her to get a... promotion. Let's actually take you and soften it up a bit so I can shoot a grenade, perhaps. Yes, that was a hit. It's not doing that much damage, just weapon, and it's absolutely okay. Positive thing, they don't have that much health, but I really wanted her to get that kill, but fine. So you are now in a position to see aliens from this side. That means that we kind of want to use this group over here, I think. That's a problem. That could be a big problem. So you are here. You can actually sit down a bit with you guys behind, and we're actually going to sit you down as well. I'm not super confident about this, but we actually took these both out. I'm pretty sure that there won't be more, but you never know. The game is not joking around right from the very beginning, so let's see what the aliens can give us now. Yeah, not much it seems. We're into the civilian round, and that feels good. Let's see if we actually see some aliens. No, we're not. There's a bit of smoke, so that might be one of the reasons why we're not seeing anything. Let's poke our heads out, see if we can see anything here. Move forward a little bit. Nothing right now. I'm actually gonna see if there are anything in the rooms. Nope. So we actually had a group over here, but it's... I think... Let's just make you guys follow after. You guys can actually... Well, I think I want you to move forward a little bit. Let's take you with more action points. See if you can see anything. Doesn't seem to be anything. Let's actually move you guys into this room. Seems like at least a pretty safe space to be. Let's try and move a little bit. Right, so you poke your head out. Aliens visible here. Let's stand you guys here. See, yep, and there's a little brain sucker guy. So you are a rookie. You can actually get some experience from this. Should I play this a little bit aggressively? Yeah, I think I should actually. If you move ahead here, move up to this. Am I seeing anything else? Nope. Just take that one out. Perfect. And can you move back? Yeah, you... Nope. That was not good. What did you see? You saw a spitter over there. That's fine. They're not that bad. You move in there. You move up here. Just be ready for that. You know what? I'm gonna move you all the way up here, actually. So, who has not moved? Have everyone... No, you have not moved. Spitter is over here. Let's actually keep you moving up here. We have another alien, another spitter up there. That's fine. Finish your movement, please. Anything down here? Yep, that's an anthropod down there. So I don't really want that one to see us because they are definitely gonna shoot some brain sucker at us. So let's actually do... What should we do? I'm gonna have you sit down here. I'm gonna have you... I'm gonna have you move back. That one. I'm gonna have you stand over here and try to actually... really long distance. You're actually gonna hunker down as well. You're gonna look at him. We're not gonna do anything with that. We're gonna see if they can some reaction shots or something. I'm moderately pleased with the positioning of aliens right now. Can you... Yeah, you can also sit down a bit so that you get a shot if it comes up. Right, let's see what these three aliens have for us. See, he didn't see us, and therefore he didn't shoot. And of course we have a multi-worm immediately. Oh yeah. This is going to be a fun thing. It seems like that agent actually managed pretty well. I didn't hear any screams at least, so might have taken a little bit of damage, but didn't seem like much. So these are the multi-worms, and they are not a fun thing to be having this early on. Now, again, a big reason why I have the autocannon is because of the multi-worms. They take a lot of damage, but when they finally die, they spawn 4 hyperworms. Hyperworms are annoying, much as the Brainsuckers are annoying. They, again, have a lot of movement points. They are close combat. They can only fire at you from the square next to your agent. However, they can fire many times, and it really hurts each time that they fire. So we definitely don't want that immediately. On our turn, when we kill the multi-worm, those hyperworms can attack you, I think, if you're too close. So we're gonna want to have at least a little bit of distance to them. So the best way to do this is why we have the autocannon, because if we kill the multi-worm with an autocannon, there's a high probability that we actually kill the hyperworms in the same go. Which, you know, sounds pretty good to me. So you actually got a kill over there. You can actually get a kill on this spitter. And we have the anthropod. Is that the same anthropod? It might be. If you move ahead here, you can actually try and kill that one. Just a few small shots. You're down. You can actually move up here and probably kill this one. Yep, that should be good. Perfect. What we can do now is if I go into the inventory, I can see that he dropped one Brainsucker pod and a Brainsucker launcher. If I pick this one up, this will not spawn into a Brainsucker, which is why you really want to kill the Anthropods with the Brainsucker launchers in close combat, because otherwise they will actually spawn. So now we can actually move you forward. If you move forward to, let's be a little bit behind here. I'm gonna try to get some hits in. We already got some hits in on this one, but I'm gonna want to try and get at least a few more shots. Let's see if we can get a few hits. Just listening for the sound of its landing. Got some at least. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one now, and I'm gonna just start shooting a bunch of... Yeah, and there's the hyperworms, and they always get a move, obviously. But our autocannon shot actually handle all of them. So yeah, that's why we like the autocannon. So no more hyperworms. This is going really well, actually. You can even move in and hide. You can also move in and hide over here. You can stand here and hide. That's very, very good. So we spin her over here. In this group, we have the Slowpoke that I'm struggling to get kills for her, but we'll see what I can do about that. So if you move up, can you see the spitter here? No, yeah. Yep, okay, he's moved all the way over there. That's fine. We'll move you up here. There's another spitter taking a reaction shot on me. So she took a bit of damage. That is completely fine. That's actually something that can level her up, I think. I'm gonna move you down here. That's a spitter that's a little bit too close for comfort. I'm just gonna put a few shots on you. And you're dead. That's good. Let's actually stand you here so that we're in cover. As for you guys, you probably should be able to see an Anthropod over here, right? Yep, that's an Anthropod, and you're a rookie as well, so I'm just gonna move you all the way up here. It's right in the face. Get it down. Get it down. He didn't have any Brainsucker pods. I have no idea what he was planning on then. Could he have shot them still? There's no Brainsuckers around that I can see anyway, but we're gonna move you back. I'm gonna have your friends come up and move with you. Just gonna take a little bit of the distance here, and I think that that's pretty much it. Or oh, actually, we have this group here. It's a group that hasn't moved yet. If you actually move here, oh, we have okay, we have a whole cluster of spitters over here. That's just hanging around, not doing anything, at least not for now. So what can we do about this? We have one guy with a lot of action points with the autocannon. That's actually pretty nice. What we can do is make a crouch. I think that improves aiming a little bit. And let's actually just try and shoot this down. You're gonna move, aren't you? Sure. Hide where my other ranges are. That's perfect. Let's just fire away here. Oh, that did not work out properly. So you are a rookie. You can actually try and throw a grenade at these guys. See if we get some of them down that way. Let's throw a grenade over here. You failed miserably. You get one more try at that. I think we have enough. Yeah, we have enough points for it. I said over here. Okay, I'm gonna put it over here. It's a little less of an angle. That's better. So some civilian might have been a little bit injured there, but I'm fine with that. So actually, you know what? You can move ahead and actually finish this off. That was a beautiful shot. Poor civilian guy. So just kill this one for me. And that, I think, was this one. Yep, that was the last one. That was a pretty good run, all things considered. Some civilian casualties, I'm fine with that. We all have to make sacrifices in this world. And we have 4 agents promoted to squad. That's perfect. We actually don't even get any penalties for the civilians, at least not on this screen. I think that the organization will have problems with it, as we can see on the daily summary. But right here, mission performance very good. I concur. And we're just gonna bring our little craft home. So now we have a few agents. Well, actually just the one agent. Yeah. So she took a bit of damage. She's still a rookie. She's gonna have to wait until future missions to become a squatty. But you know what? I actually think that that's good enough for this episode. I'm moderately worried that this game is going to become really hard really fast. It's already really hard. So join me in future episodes to see what we will be facing off. But for now, this has been Ghostmech Gaming with me, Christopher. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.